My pleasure to welcome in and visit with the head coach of Team Wyoming here in this year's six-man all-star shootout between Wyoming and Nebraska. It is coming up, and this is going to be very, very interesting to see how this one goes because Nebraska has dominated the last two matchups, and I know Wyoming would love to regain the lead in the series. Jack, thanks so much for taking some time out. First of all, what's kind of going through your mind as you get ready and prepare for this game?
Well, I'm excited, number one, just because I think we have, a team that can go in and compete against Nebraska. And, each year they're getting tougher and tougher to compete against for us. But I was talking to the coaches the other day, and this is as about as good a team as I think Wyoming can put together. I think we have some size, we got some speed, we got good quarterbacks, receivers. So it's going to be fun. I mean, I said I just looking forward. I've been texting a few kids this morning, trying to get some final details, rides and stuff. And I mean, it's just exciting to get to know these small town Wyoming kids. I mean, they're all coming from the same size of towns and, good programs and just fun. And so, Coaches Hagan and Coach Sam and Scott and I, we've all just, been excited just to get them all on the same field. And I said, some of these boys, I'm just tired of competing against them. So I'm just going to be happy to play with them,
I got you.
The encampment kids, the Matisse kids, Farson kids. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be happy to have them on my team for once.
Speaking of that, how do you go about bringing 18 guys together that aren't used to playing with each other? You have teammates. You have teammates together, but you're talking 2, 3, 4 guys. How do you bring 18 guys together and get them on the same page in a short amount of time?
It's going to be, that's a difficult thing. I mean, and there's only so much you can do. And I think we understand that as coaches, and the players understand that. And you got to keep it as simple as you can as far as offensive play sheets and stuff. And fortunately for 6-man, it's maybe a little different for 11-man, but for 6-man, honestly, it comes down to some great talent making some great plays. And I've always said, if you got, with life and in general, I said, you hire the right people and then get out of the way. And in 6-man football, it's kind of the same way. I mean, especially in an all-star game like this, is you set up the basic plays a little bit, then you just rely on some great athletes making great plays. And I think in a short window like this, if you start trying to get it complicated in 6-man, you make more mistakes than what you can make in 6-man. It's all about possessions. And so I think Coach Hagan and I are probably going to be working on the offense. And honestly, we're going to have some basic offense from Matisse, basic offense from Snake River. And, we got some great athletes. So we're just hoping to get them into space and let them think, let them do their jobs. And then on defense, it just comes down to going and hitting and filling holes and taking on. I just guarantee you Nebraska's going to outsize us, even though as big as we are. I think this year in Wyoming, they're going to outsize us 20, 30 pounds because they're just big and fast and strong the last 2 or 3 years. But so, I mean, it's football, and it's 6-man football, which is crazy anyway. And then a lot of field to cover, but we do the best we can and give them a little plan and go with it.
Yeah, you've had experience coaching in this game. How much do you draw on the past and then, maybe try and tweak some things that, didn't work this time or did work this time? How much do you do that?
I tell you what, it was a little eye-opening for me 2 years ago because we had the McGraw boys, and then we had, all my boys except for Reagan. And I thought we could do one thing and then come to find out it didn't work against Nebraska. So we kind of had to go back and change things up at halftime and then kind of change what we was doing. And once we did that, then we started having success. We just got too far behind and then just couldn't catch up to their size. But it kind of showed me that, if something's not working early on, don't hang with it. Go try something different, because when you're mixing them athletes, you really don't know who's going to thrive and do the best they can. So, that's what's going to be interesting. We're going to meet Tuesday in Casper and have a little walkthrough practice and kind of kind of get things set a little bit, and then head to Chadron Wednesday. And I'm excited, but I'm not going to even tell you where everybody's going to play because I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I'm not going to ask about that either. Talk about a little bit about Nebraska. It sounds like you kind of have some basic knowledge of them. Do you know anything else about the
Not really.
I mean,
not really. I mean, they was crying the other day a little bit. Barry was the guy that coordinates it, said the best player, the MVP or the player of the year, he's a rodeo kid, and they have a big rodeo this weekend. So he's going to that instead of the football game. And I said, well, thank you. So I said, I'll take that. So,
I got you.
But, like I said, if they got 50 some teams around the state, they're loaded. I mean, the last 2 years, if you look at their roster, like I said, they're big and strong, and then they're fast on top of it. And I did look at a little bit of film of the championship game this year, and I was kind of rooting on for Dix just because they're close to Wyoming, and they're all small towns, but I was kind of hoping they would win it, and they got second. But so I've watched a little bit of their programs, but like I said, it's just going to come down to who has the best athletes that can make plays.
Gotcha.
So,
game aside, how do you make this a great experience for these 18 kids, Jack? Since you've been here and gone through this before?
And I think it just comes down to the kids. And I think we got some great personalities, and that's what was fun to watch 2 years ago when I coached it, is watch them personalities come out, and willing to just. But that's the neatest, even in the Shrine Bowl. I've coached the Shrine Bowl, and I said that's the neatest thing about coaching all-star games, is because you're taking kids that when they're 17, 18-year-old kids playing sports, and they are bred and born and not to like them other kids. Like Snake River kids, you're not supposed to like encampment kids. It's just that rivalry. And then you put them on the same team. And I mean, it's crazy. In 2 days, they become brothers. And I mean, they will fight tooth and nails for each other. And, the Shrine Bowl is no different. I mean, you take teams in the South that just Torringtons and Star Valleys against each other, and then you put them on the same team, and it's crazy how that brotherhood can bond them that quick. And then I still have kids that tell me they still have lifelong friends from them games, and that's what I tell these boys. That's more important than any score in this game. It's that lifelong friendship that you're going to get with these other players that you never know when it's going to come back around and be a part of your life. And so to me, that's the fun thing about it, and that's the experience of it. The game is the fun part of it and the minor part of it, but the life lessons and just life friendships, that's going to be the fun thing. So,
well, hey, Jack, thanks so much for your time. Good luck in Chadron on Friday night.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Always good to talk to you.